Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a marvelous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Now, you're probably not supposed to call people dumb on this platform, because they can strike you, they can demonetize you, they can delete your channel. So you do have to be careful about what you say about people. These are two of the most clueless black Americans in this country. I won't call them dumb, but really and truly, I do not know what these two people were thinking. They both had a seat in the United States Congress. It is not easy to win a seat in the United States Congress. She was representing the state of Missouri, and he was representing the state of New York. Now, both of them joined the progressive group of Democrats called the Squad. That's the group with Ilhan Omar, AOC, Ayanna Presley, and the lady from Michigan, the Palestinian lady from Michigan. They are the most radical Democrats in the Democratic Party. They don't vote with the rest of the Democrats some of the time, and they don't agree with what other Democrats are doing, because they're way out in left field advocating for groups of people that don't have anything to do with their constituency, sometimes advocating for people outside the country. The lady from Michigan has been censured, and Ilhan Omar has been kicked off a very important committee because of their radical thinking, trying to sway other people into their radicalism. Now, the interesting thing about that is that Jamaal Bowman and Cori joined that group in their first term in Congress. They got primaried this year, and the people that primaried them won. So they're out. Ilhan Omar was also primaried. She survived because her community in Minnesota, the Somalis, said, we don't like her, but she's the only one we have in Congress. So they voted for her. AOC was also primaried, but she won her primary. But these two lost theirs. Cori is now being investigated for misuse of funds. And Jamaal Bowman, look at this. This showed up on my Twitter page. Urgent, can you help? Ousted Democratic New York Congressman Jamaal Bowman is now on his knees begging for cash to pay off campaign debts, according to the New York Post. Can you put partisan politics aside and chip in to help? Now, he almost won. He almost won his primary, but they did a tricky thing with Jamaal Bowman, really insidious. They redrew his district, really gerrymandered him, if you want to be honest about it. And the reason he was in trouble is because he was up there advocating for the Palestinians. The people in New York, and you can just read between the lines, decided we're going to get rid of this guy. So they redrew his district so that the people, the black people in his district who would have voted for him, were drawn out of his district and put in another district. He's in the Bronx, representing the Bronx, but they took the people in the Bronx out of his district and put some Jewish people in New York City in his district, and they voted him out. He did not see that coming, which is why you need to think before you act. So he got primaried, and the person that was running against him all of a sudden had all of this money to do all the things that you do when you want to win. And Jamaal Bowman was left holding the bag, and now he's asking for money to pay his campaign debts. And Cori, she couldn't wait to jump in with those squad members. As soon as she got in Congress, she was up making speeches and complaining about things and And even, I think a lot of us were wondering, what are you doing? At least wait until you get your feet wet. Listen to the older members in the Congress, especially the older black ones, and then consider the legislation before you and vote on the things that are going to be beneficial to the people that you are representing, not somebody from some other part of the world. And think carefully before you jump up and do stuff. No, she's just going to come in and just right away. She's in with Ilhan Omar and AOC. They got primary too, but they're a little bit more skillful than she was. They have built a base back where they came from. And see, what happened to Jamaal Bowman, that just came so far out of left field. There was no way he could have warded that off. The only way he could have warded that off was to keep his mouth shut, not pull the fire alarm in the halls of Congress, and listen to your elders in the Congress who've been there for years and years and who are still there. I think just about anybody would have used better judgment than these two used. You just got there. Why would you take up with the most radical people in the Congress? People that the folks don't even want to work with. They want to get rid of them. But they still have a solid base back home. I just don't know how you do this. These are two of the unsmartest people in the United States, in my opinion. Because you have a good seat there. If you stay there long enough, you can't influence legislation. And that is what you're there for. Not jumping on the side of somebody else trying to get attention and making speeches and things. You need to know what you're doing when you jump up doing all this talking. You know how powerful some of these people in this country are. And you know if they get mad at you, they will come for you. So you know that. And then you go up there running your mouth and taking up with people who really are not the best influence as far as I'm concerned. But that's how I see it. I just don't see these two as being very smart at all. But I could be wrong. Let me know what you think about the video. Thank you for listening and have a good evening.